Your calendar looks full, so you feel productive. Then you hit 6 p.m. and the real work still is not done. That is the quiet tax of quick syncs. 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and your day turns into confetti. You keep reopening the same doc, rereading the same thread, making the same tiny decisions, and somehow each one feels harder. Context switching does not just steal time, it steals judgment. If you want to stop arguing with your own schedule, you have to count the invisible multiplier. Moving to slide 2. A meeting is never just the meeting. There is the prep where you scramble for context. The 2 minutes of small talk while your brain tries to land. The follow-up messages, the notes, the task you now own by accident. Then the recovery time where you attempt to restart deep work but end up cleaning your inbox instead. Threaded chats during the call quietly double your attention cost. Add it up and that 10-minute sync regularly bills you 40. No wonder focus will not stick. Moving to slide 3. When your day is chopped into little gaps, shallow work expands to fill them. You answer messages, tweak slides, chase small approvals, because those tasks fit the cracks. Deep work does not. Deep work needs runway. You need enough uninterrupted time to load the problem, build a model in your head, and get past the easy solutions. Frequent resets erase that mental model, so quality drops. You start choosing problems that can be finished fast instead of problems that matter. Speed becomes the goal, not thinking. And once you get trained into that loop, even a free hour feels uncomfortable because your brain expects the next interruption. Moving to slide 4. Fog is what happens when meetings produce motion without clarity. Outcomes are vague, owners are implied, and the same topic returns in a new meeting because nobody wrote down the decision in a place work can actually use. So decisions live in memory. Whoever remembers loudest wins, or nothing happens. Attendance becomes a shield. People join so they cannot be blamed later, not because they can move the work forward. Meanwhile, everyone feels slightly behind, so they schedule another sync to feel safe, which makes them more behind. The fix is not more meetings. The fix is seeing the pattern clearly enough to change it. And AI is unusually good at that. Moving to slide 5. AI can map meeting load the way you actually experience it, not the way your calendar pretends it works. Start with calendar data, then layer communication signals. Messages sent 5 minutes before a meeting, the burst of follow-ups right after, and the number of parallel chat threads during the call. That is your interrupt density. Then look for recurring clusters and overlaps. AI can flag weeks where 3 recurring meetings stack back to back, creating a permanent reset loop for specific roles like product engineering leads or managers. It can also find focus blocks that never happen, the ones that get pushed or sliced up every time something pops up. You can go further by classifying meeting purpose by language. Words like align, sync, and quick check often correlate with low decision rate, while decide, approve, ship, and owner correlate with clearer outcomes. When you combine all that, you stop debating feelings and start diagnosing load. Minutes are easy to count. Fragmentation is what breaks you. Moving to slide 6. Stop measuring meeting culture by minutes on your calendar. Measure load. Start with total meeting hours per week, because that is your baseline tax. Then track fragmentation. How many separate meeting blocks you have per day. A day with 6 short meetings is usually worse than a day with 2 longer ones, even if the total time matches. Look at the average gap between meetings. If your gaps are 10 to 20 minutes, you are stuck in permanent context switching. Check after-hours spillover, because that is where burnout hides and deep work disappears. Finally, list your top meeting sources. Which teams, recurring series, and leaders generate the most invites? When you can name where the load comes from, you can change it, and you can finally treat time like the limited budget it is. Moving to slide 7. Once you have load, convert it into money. Take attendee hours per meeting, multiply by loaded cost per hour, and you have the real price tag. Then compare that to decision value versus spend. Add the hidden costs, rework caused by ambiguity, and opportunity cost from delays that meetings create. A meeting that feels cheap in minutes can be wildly expensive in outcomes, and that is why certain quick syncs are the most dangerous. Moving to slide 8. Quick sync traps look harmless because they are familiar. The first is recurring status meetings with no decisions. If the invite cannot name a decision, it is a broadcast, and broadcasts belong in async updates. The second trap is large invites for safety. People add extra attendees to avoid being blamed later. Then the meeting slows down and nobody owns anything. Set a default. Only decision makers and doers attend. Everyone else gets notes. Third, meetings used to replace docs. If you need a meeting to understand the problem is the missing doc. Require a one-page brief, even if it is rough. Fourth, the same meeting with a different name. You might have program sync, initiative check-in, and leadership alignment covering the same ground. Merge or kill duplicates, and watch back-to-back leadership blocks. When leaders are in meetings all day, decisions get deferred, and everyone downstream waits. Quick syncs feel productive, but they quietly drain authority, clarity, and speed. Protecting focus has to be intentional. Moving to slide 9. Design focus protection so it does not depend on willpower. Put no meeting zones on the calendar by default, not as a special request. For most teams, 2 to 4 mornings a week works better than random free hours. Set a minimum focus block length. If your work needs deep concentration, protect at least 90 minutes. 30-minute gaps are not recovery, they are whiplash. Use auto-decline rules for conflicts. If a meeting lands inside your no-meeting zone, it should bounce unless it meets a strict exception, like an incident or a customer escalation. Create office hours for interruptions. Instead of letting questions explode into ad hoc calls, give people predictable times to get unblocked. And protect maker schedules weekly. Pick the 1 or 2 projects that actually move the business, then reserve real blocks to build them. When focus is designed into the system, meetings have to earn their spot. Moving to slide 10. Make every meeting earn space with 5 rules. 1. Write a single outcome up front. Not discuss, not align, but a concrete result like approve option B or choose launch date. 2. Name the decision owner explicitly, so the group knows who will decide and who is advising. 3. Require a pre-read for attendance. If someone did not read it, they are not ready to spend group time. 4. Match the time box to the objective. 15 minutes for a decision with clear options. Longer only when the work truly needs it. 5. Capture notes into your system immediately, with owners and deadlines. If it is not recorded, it did not happen. Do this consistently, and you will start replacing noisy syncs with clean signals. Moving to slide 11. If you want fewer meetings, you do not replace them with silence. You replace them with signals people can trust. Start with async updates that use a template. 3 sections is enough. What changed, what is blocked, what you need from others. If someone cannot answer those 3, the meeting was never going to help. For decisions, keep a decision log with timestamps. Write the options considered, who decided, and what done means. Link the log in the same place every time, so nobody hunts through chat history. When something needs nuance, record a short Loom-style summary, 60 to 90 seconds, 1 outcome, 1 request. Then run AI action extraction on it, so the deliverables and owners land in a task list, not in someone's memory. Finally, make escalation a rule, not a habit. If an issue is resolved in async, it never earns a live slot. Meetings become the exception, and your system earns its authority without a fight. Moving to slide 12. Roll this out like a product, not a policy. Start with one team that has a clear pain point, like recurring status calls. Set 2 measurable targets for 4 weeks. For example, cut meeting hours by 25% and reduce time to decision on priority work by 1 day. Show before and after charts. Nothing fancy. Hours in meetings, number of decisions logged, cycle time on key tasks. Then collect friction reports weekly. Ask, what broke, what felt slower, what felt risky. Adjust the rules but keep the intent. If templates feel heavy, shorten them. If decision logs get skipped, make the link part of the task closeout. When people see the system adapt without losing the standard, they stop resisting and start protecting it. Moving to slide 13. Even with a good system, you still need a personal defense. Decline by default and say why in one sentence. Offer an async alternative immediately, like send the decision needed and 2 options, and I'll reply by 3. Batch any meetings you do accept into windows so focus time stays intact. Before joining, ask for the outcome. Once that outcome is met, leave. Protecting your calendar is how focus becomes normal. Moving to slide 14. To make focus the default, measure it. Once a month, pull meeting load by team and publish a simple baseline for protected focus time. Celebrate cancelled low-value meetings the same way you celebrate shipped work. Keep one channel for decisions so the log stays clean and searchable. If you want the full system, you can copy, subscribe, and comment with the one meeting you would delete first and why. Tools evolve, principles endure.